If you don't know me very well, I tend not to do my hobbies halfway. I am into a lot of different things. I really like Subarus, I really like Hot Wheels, I really like Gundams, I really like Nerf and laser tag, I really like Legos, I really like Captain America, and I kind of go overboard when I get into something. So, when this little Dino Roars diesel rolled under our tree at Christmas of 2022, I knew that if my son and I were going to get into O-gauge trains, if I didn't find some way to limit this, then I was going to run out of money, be out of a marriage, or both very quickly. So, the secondhand Overland idea was born. Now, if you haven't seen the reasoning behind that name, give this video a quick check. But in general, I wanted to introduce to you, or rather, we wanted to introduce you to our roster of Union Pacific engines here on our model railroad. Now, 5 of these are historically accurate and actually existed around the same time as each other. 2 of them are definitely not, and 1 of them kind of blurs the line. So, thought it'd be fun to go through our roster of Union Pacific engines that we have at this time. Things are always changing, but right now I feel like we're in a pretty good spot, so this is a good time to do a quick video on it. Enjoy!
Gonna do these in chronological order, and even though these are all from the same era, a couple of these steam engines are quite old, and they had quite the long service history.
Union Pacific 324, you are looking good outbound.
This engine isn't just old because it's circa 1915. This is also old because this is the first TMCC engine that we purchased, and just by build date, this is from the late 90s from Lionel.
Sometimes he gets shorts in the tracks.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
The front gear is missing a piece, isn't it?
Part of the risk of picking up secondhand engines is sometimes issues come up later, especially electronic issues, and it looks like 324 suffered a little bit of circuit board damage because as time has gone on, its functions have slowly but surely been dropping out. There's no longer chuffing sound, the green signal lights don't work up front anymore, and the speed control is very wonky, so I've got some work to do on 324 to get him up to speed like he was before. These engines are technically correct. Both of them are 080 switchers, but Union Pacific only rostered one, and it was number 4500. So you'd think that this engine's right. Well, not exactly. See, this is a very popular engine design, and Lionel essentially just makes a billion different variations of this engine type. And they're LionChief, and they're easy for my son to use, and that's about all he really cares about.
He's his brother.
They're brothers?
Yeah.
4500 here, while it's the wrong design, everything else is right-ish. The wheel arrangement, the number, all that. And I made a video you can see on screen here. 4520 is not, but it's fine. He runs, it's fun. The end.
Which pistons do you like better?
Him.
Yep.
Ah, yes, the Hudson. A staple of any Lionel layout.
Who else likes Hudsons, Colin?
Our friend Chris.
And it's thanks to our friend Chris that we even have a Hudson, because the history snob in me says, hey, UP never used Hudson engines in their fleet, ever. So why would we have one? Well, this is a really nice LionChief engine. It got some great reviews, and it's also the largest LionChief engine we have. So while not quite as impressive as the bigger engines on here, my son really does like using this engine around the layout. Given how much he enjoys it and how nice of an engine it is, it was pretty easy to overlook the fact that, no, this isn't historically accurate, but it's got really nice details on it, and I love this Overland logo on the side of the tender. You can't do a Union Pacific layout without a big boy. You just can't. Not only were they incredibly significant for the company at the time, but with 4014 back in excursion service, it's hard to ignore this thing's awesome presence. In fact, it was this awe-inspiring engine making its way to our hometown that actually kicked me into high gear to finish the tabletop layout in our basement. I wanted to have it done in time for the Home Run Express Tour in 2023. Thankfully, this behemoth of the rails is a LionMaster engine, which not only means that it's semi-scale, it also means they took some liberties with the design to help it make its way around tighter turns. which we have plenty of. And that can also be said for its brother here. 3976 is a LionMaster Challenger. They share a lot of the same tooling. They both look great on the rails together.
Big boy, I pick.
What do you like about Big Boy?
He has a lot of pistons and he comes just one day.
What's the other engine?
Challenger.
Although the Big Boy is newer and based on the Challenger design, this specific Challenger was actually built after the original run of 20 Big Boys. In this Greyhound scheme, you would have also seen them with the smoke deflectors that are on the front, although ours did not come with them, so we added them for accuracy. What can you tell me about Challenger?
He's great at pulling cars.
What kind of cars?
Passenger cars.
Yeah, that's right. Is that why he's in that fancy color scheme?
Yep.
Yep.
And he has side play,
Oh, what do those do?
smoke effect.
Yeah, they do make the smoke go over the cab so they can see better. That rounds out our steam engines that are part of the Secondhand Overland and leads us directly into some of the early diesel engines in our roster. This era is really neat because you see these cool early diesel designs working right alongside iconic steam engines of the time. This one is a GP7. Built by the Electromotive division of General Motors, these were incredibly successful diesel engines. This one specifically is a really great example of this because it's got some really nice tooling on it and details, and it just feels so solid and holds the rails so nicely. You like those?
Yep.
Does it make it easy to use your engines?
Yep.
What do they do? Can you show me how the remote works? What's that wheel do?
It makes the train move.
Okay, what do the other buttons do?
Dispatch here, hold your position. Over. Roger that. Holding for clear. Out.
Oh,
That was the front one.
unlike the other LionChief engines we have, this one's actually accurate. Union Pacific did in fact operate a GP7 under the number 121.
Going back there. Going back there.
Tell me about him.
He's good at pulling freight.
Is he good at switching too?
Yes.
Does he have a silly voice?
Yeah.
Dispatcher here, hold your position. Standing by. Out.
I'm going to get a little nerdy with this one because this is technically a Lionel RS3. However, Union Pacific did roster 1292, but it was actually an RS2. And physically, they look about the same, so we're just going to give it to them. Plus, this road switcher isn't the greatest at switching. I've got some work to do on this guy to get him up to speed.
Hold for track orders. Over. Okay, we are blocked. Out.
Well, that about wraps it up for the roster for our Secondhand Overland. These O-gauge trains, all semi-scale, have been a lot of fun to work with, and now I probably need to get to the next phase, which is probably involving some sort of shelving and storage for these things, because as you can see, I don't have enough room for all of them here on the layout. And I don't think we'll be adding any more engines anytime soon, because we've got plenty, so I guess never say never, right? Right? You did it! You cleared the track. Oh, there's one more. Is the track clear now?
Yep.